Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So, I got my first Rubik's Cube at a Target, right? So, we went to Target, and once we got to the toy aisle, I was like, hey, I feel like solving a Rubik's Cube for once. So, I went into Target, and then I walked out, had a bag in my hand with a 3x3 and a 2x2. Good old 2017. That was the year. That was actually a pretty decent year, I'm not gonna lie. So when I got back to my grandpa's house, because I was I was moving at the time. So I was at my grandpa's house, and so I pulled out the cube out the bag, and I started fiddling around with it, right? So I started fiddling around with the cube, and I scrambled it and stuff like that. So you had that color there, like that there, and so on and so forth, So I scrambled it up, I tried to solve it, I was like, I couldn't do it then. Like, I just couldn't. So I did the 2x2. I tried to do the 2x2. I got pretty close to the 2x2, but I didn't necessarily get it. I didn't solve it. I mean, god dang it, why don't mind? Oh my god. Shut up. Whatever. Alright, anyways. When I tried to solve the 2x2, I got pretty close. I think I got like 3 sides, because at the time I was going by sides, right? And then we go 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, and I got my first ever, technically, speed cube. I got a Pyraminx, which I still use as my main till this very day. It's right here. Still looking in pretty good condition, not gonna lie. So I actually solved that one pretty quickly. Solved it in 30 minutes. Which is actually pretty good, considering I literally just started cubing 2 weeks ago, right? I didn't really know what cubing was then, alright? So, on to the next page. When I started cubing, I did that in 30 minutes, which I was really proud of, I'm not gonna lie. And then, I kind of just practiced that a lot. I got pretty decent at it, you could say, for the time. For when I first started, I did pretty good. I would say I averaged around maybe, by the time of the next story, I was at maybe 20 seconds. So I got pretty fast, pretty quick on Pyraminx. I'm still pretty fast to this day. But then when Christmas came around, after Christmas, the 27th, so I was gonna go to my grandpa's house, right? So he was in his truck. So we had his truck here. So that's the bed of the truck. And there's, oh my god. I'm just embarrassing myself. Anyways, we had the truck there, and then my mom, she walked up to me, and she was like, hey, I got you a new cube. So I was already in the car, sitting down and stuff, and it was a 3x3, which I still have till this very day. Which is actually still pretty decent. It is the Chi Warrior W, which is, not gonna lie, pretty good. I switched out the pieces for the Warrior S pieces because, well, it's still the same. It has the same core, it just has better pieces, So I went to So I went to my grandpa's house, and I tried fiddling around with that, and then I looked up this Rubik's Cube solver. So I looked up the Rubik's Cube solver, and I put in the pattern, and I did it like that for a lot of the time. Maybe I did it I don't know how long I did it for. I think I did it for a month before I actually learned how to do it. I did it for quite a while. 1 month of using a Rubik's Cube solver, which was actually, that's really long. And then I actually learned how to solve it. I used beginner's method. And then right at the start, so no, I didn't use no YouTube video. I got a cheese sale. I didn't bring this one with me. I went to a summer camp. It was an overnight summer camp for like 3 days. And so what I did is I brought over the cheese sale, right? So we had the cheese sale with me. And then I had the pamphlet that it came with. You know, the piece of paper with all the stuff and all that. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And then, so once I did it, so I brought it with me, I looked at the pamphlet, I tried to do it, and I did it. Like, I solved it with the pamphlet. It was a big help. And then I kept doing it over and over and over again. I did it, like, probably, like, 50 times at that camp. And then once second to last day, like, the night before we would leave, I think it was the night before we left, we stayed up till, like, midnight. So what I did was I did not use the pamphlet. I solved it without the pamphlet. And then one of my friends wanted to solve it, so he tried it, and he looked at the pamphlet. Like, he kind of got it. So he kind of got it. This isn't really much of a draw my life, as it's like a story time, you know? But, yeah, this is good enough. You know what? These drawings are bum. Like, there's not, like, any, like, legitimate drawings. So I'm gonna move this. And I'm gonna just talk. So I was at the camp. So at the camp, what I did was I told the Rubik's Cube like 50 times, yada, yada, yada. I already talked about that. My friend wanted to solve it. I think he might have done it. He got, like, to F2L, and then, like, we had to go. So this was I think this was the summer of 2018 when I went to my first, now we're going to skip ahead. We just went straight to my first cubing competition in 2018, not 2015. It was my first ever cubing competition. It's still my only one because of all this stuff going on. So what happened was, I went to the competition, right? I did pyraminx, 2x2. Oh, that's nice. Pyraminx, 2x2, and Scube. So I did these 3 events, which, honestly, I did pretty good in pyraminx. All the people ahead of me were, like, 5 years older than me. I placed 15th for my first comp. That was pretty good for pyraminx. 2x2, I didn't do that good. I got a 6 and a 7, and then everything just went downhill. Scube, I just did god-awful in Scube. I don't even want to talk about Scube. It was just that bad. Anyways, so I did pretty good in pyraminx. At the time, I had the 8th best single solve in the state that I live in, which was, for a 12-year-old, that was pretty good. I was 12 at the time. To have the 8th best single in the state, I was pretty happy. Now it's about 15th. I think now it's about 15th in the state. But, so yeah, after the comp, I went home and I just practiced. And we just... So when we went to the competition, though, we stayed the night at a hotel. We drove the day before, but I didn't expect to do that. I expected to go the day of the comp, just drive there, because it was at like 11 o'clock or something like that. But we stayed the night at a hotel. Totally fine with that. I like the experience. It was definitely a fun experience. You should go to a competition if you haven't been to one yet. Really fun. Anyways, after the comp, I went home, practiced some more, watched some YouTube videos on how to get better. For 3x3 at the time, I averaged around 35 seconds, 35 to 37 seconds, alright? So, and then a little bit after that, once we got, so this is like when school started again. I would not start to bring my Rubik's Cubes to school until, I'm trying to think, November of 2018 is when I would start to bring my Rubik's Cube to school, because no one knew I could solve a Rubik's Cube. So I brought my pyramids to school one time. I scrambled it up. My friend scrambled it for me, and I solved it relatively quickly, as I would do. So I solved it pretty quickly, and everyone was freaking stunned. They were amazed at what I did. So that was really awesome. That was really, really cool. But just 2 months, not 2 months later, maybe like 3 months later, so February, sometime in February, I just stopped cubing for a year. I didn't get back into cubing until January of this year, which is kind of insane. I stopped because I wasn't seeing any improvement in 3x3. But at the time, I didn't really stop and think about what I needed to do. I just did solves after solve after solve, just hoping I would get better. And that didn't work out for me, so I just stopped for a year. Fast forward 1 year later, we're here now. Not right now, but about, I would say, January, like I said. I started practicing again. For my main at the time, I think was January. I'm trying to think of what was my main during January. I don't know what my main was in January. But no, fast forward to March, and I got the MF3 RS3, and I used that as my main for no, not March. Fast forward to February, and I used that for a month and a half, and then I switched over to my Volk Power. Oh, I think that might have been what I used. My Volk Power M. I think I'm gonna use that in January. And then I switched over to that after in April or something like that. No, March something. And then school got canceled. We stayed home, and then so I asked my mom to get me This is while school was still going on. I'm getting everything mixed up. So it was while school was still going on. It was really early March. It was an early birthday present. So what I did was I asked my mom to get me a GAN 356 Air. It was Air Master, something like that. I think it was an Air Master. It was $25. I just wanted that because it was cheap, It was cheaper for a GAN cube. And then out of the freaking blue, I just get a GAN X, and I'm like, holy crap, Mom, what the frick did you do? Still have the card right here. I'm still stunned that I actually got that, but I'm happy about that. That was awesome. So when I got it, I immediately got better. After that, I started averaging But no, when I started back up again, I just averaged 33 after that. So I just started faster. And then February, I averaged 30. March, I averaged 27, I would say. About 27. April was when everything just got canceled. April, I averaged about 23. May to now, I haven't improved that much. I've averaged May and half of June, I averaged 23 seconds. And then now I average 19 to 20. So kind of sub 20, which I'm really happy about that. That's awesome. Anyways, we're basically here now, where I am at 117 subscribers on YouTube. Really happy about that. 115 followers on Twitch. About to sign up for affiliate on that, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, that's how I started cubing. Yeah, it was a big roller coaster. It was awesome that I stumbled upon this. And my mom really got me into this. What she said is she said that you should do something else for once, something different that isn't I would play a lot of video games. I would play a lot of Geometry Dash back then. So it's alright, I'll try and solve a Rubik's Cube. So I did, and yada yada yada. Here we are now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and so much for 100 subscribers. We are on the road to 500 now. We're skipping 2 300 to 400, because 500 is like the next big milestone, you know, like the next big thing. So let's see if we can hit that. If we can hit that before 2021, I will do a $25 giveaway if we can hit 500 before 2021. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. All my socials will be linked in the description down below, along with my Discord server and Twitch. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. 500 subscribers before 2021, and peace out, guys.
The inner machinations of my mind